place where we can go and be alone. So come away with me, nobody has to know.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Ashley. In today's video, I'm doing 2 spring DIY videos. They're not necessarily for spring. You can do them any season, but I made them specifically to decorate for the spring season. So that's why I'm calling it a spring DIY. So these 2 DIYs are pretty easy if you know how to use power tools. If you have any power tools, you don't have to be super skilled to do the first DIY that I'm going to show you. The second one, anyone can do it, but I am showing you guys a DIY that involves you cutting wood. So I actually found some wood on the curb and I grabbed it, brought it home, decided to make some rustic looking cutting boards. Wait till you see how they turned out. They look super pretty, styled in my home. And then the second DIY is very easy. You will see in a moment. Before we do get started, I want to share with you guys some items that I thrifted that are going to be for this DIY that I'm going to show you. So hold on. So before we get to the DIY portion of this video, I want to share with you guys these things that I thrifted for this DIY that I'm going to show you. So the first item is this glass hurricane. I have been wanting glass hurricanes for a while. I think they look very pretty styled on a coffee table with a beautiful votive candle inside. And I found 2 of these sizes, and then I found another skinnier, taller version of this. The next item is this wooden tray. This kind of reminds me of something you would find at Olive Atelier. I don't know if it's supposed to look white or if somebody painted it, because you can tell that it's completely made out of wood. But my plan for this is to strip it down. I don't have any stripper right now, and I really don't want to go buy stripper because I'm not going to finish it since we're leaving. So this is going to be a DIY for another project. For now, I am using it as is, like this white. I could sand it down, but that's gonna take a lot of work to sand down all these little like parts. So I'm gonna leave it like this. I thought it was really pretty. It's also, like I said, made out of wood, and I love it so much. I could never say no to a good tray, and something that looks like this is very cottage and farmhouse to me. It's leaning more towards cottage. I feel like once I distress it and it looks like wood, it's even going to give that look even more. So yeah, I found this one. This item is this plate holder. I saw something like this in Mother Time's channel and I fell in love with it, and I found one at the thrift store not long ago, so I'm very excited. This is not part of the DIY, but since we're doing a little thrift haul, I thought I would show you. I think it's really pretty. I currently have it displayed like this in my coffee bar, and I love it, especially with this wreath at the bottom. It looks really pretty for spring. I'm gonna do a spring decorate with me for my coffee bar very soon, and I'm going to showcase this item here, but I just wanted it to show it to you guys. One last thing before we get into the DIY, I found this chicken at the thrift store. It used to be like silver, but I painted it white, and isn't it so cute? It's like a little chicken ball. I have it inside my corner hutch. I don't really like this stark white paint that I use, but it's all I had. So once we move, I will try to paint it more of a kind of like a creamier color, like my Crocs. I think it'll look so pretty. Or I could even paint this red and this black, or do something to it. But yeah, but for now it's white and it's up inside my hutch, and I just thought it was really cute. When the girls saw me take this, they're like, "Why do you need that?" And I said, when do I ever need any of these things that I thrift? Do I really need them? No. but it's really cute. You guys, that was a very small thrift haul. I think it's the smallest thrift haul I've ever done in my channel, but I just wanted to share them with you guys. Let's get to the DIY and the styling portion of this video. Hey guys, good morning. I am super dirty because I went into the storage to get my miter saw. I found some wood on the curb last night when I was taking my trash out. I think one of my neighbors put it out, and whenever I see wood, I see potential. So I'm gonna use it to make some cutting boards, not for cooking, but for decor purposes. And this piece of wood is the perfect like patina, and I love it. So I am going to make 2 cutting boards, and then the rest of the wood I want to make some risers. So I'm gonna show you guys. Hold on, I'm like super out of breath. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm using. I'm gonna use my miter saw, and to make the little like smaller cuts, I'm gonna use my jigsaw. So I'm really excited. I haven't done like a project in a while, and I'm excited. So let me show you what I'm doing. This cutting board as a template, and I already traced it. So I'm gonna get 2 cutting boards, and then this is what I'm gonna have left, and this is what I'm gonna use to make the risers. And I will, once I have everything together, we will go inside and then do everything like together. But I have other cutting boards that I really like, but this is literally the perfect width. Like, it's exactly the same width as my piece of wood, and I love the shape of this, like the handle. I love it. So that is what I'm using, this one in particular. So I'm going to cut my pieces, and then we'll go inside.
Nobody has to know where we go.
This project, I used my miter saw and my jigsaw, but if you don't have a miter saw, you can just use the jigsaw. It's just going to take you a little bit longer, but you definitely need a jigsaw to be able to cut those little edges where the handle goes. You can also look for pieces of wood at Home Depot, Lowe's. I found mine on the curb, and that's why I used it. But if you really want to do this project and you don't have any leftover wood or anything like that, just go buy a nice looking thick piece of wood, and then I sanded down mine with an 80 grit sanding paper. Because this piece of wood was pretty rough, I wanted to make sure that there were no splinters or any rough edges, and then I went in with 200 grit sandpaper and smoothed it down. So here are the cutting boards. These have some screws in them, which I'm going to take out. Hopefully I am able to do that. But this is going to be the front of it. I just love it. I think it's so pretty. And then I also cut these pieces of wood, and I already sanded them down. I love the color of them. And so I bought these little drawer pulls. This is one thing that I use. If I can't find little feet for risers, I use drawer pulls like these. You just want to make sure that the back is flat and that it is wood, so that you can put them on your pieces of wood. Now these are a little too small, so I might not use them for this bigger piece, but I probably will use it for this piece. This one, I cut it a little smaller or shorter. So I think I can get away with it like this. I am going to stain them and seal them in like a glossy finish. Not glossy, but like semi-gloss, I guess. And I will show you guys how they look like when I'm done. So I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to stain them. I got rid of all of my stains, but I do have these art or deco art paints, and I'm going to water them down and use them as my stain. So I'm gonna put them inside a cup of water and just mix it up to use them as like my stain. I barely have anything left, so hopefully we have enough.
I was just calling to see if you're free to run away with me, to run away with me. Don't tell your friends, we'll let them know we're safe later on. The road's calling, sun on our skin, sleeping under stars when it's gone. I was just calling to see if you're free to run away with me, to run away with me.
So here are the cutting boards. They look really good. I already sealed them and sanded them down so they can be smooth. So what I'm gonna do is add a stamp to them. I have my own stamp, the Cozy Cottage Co. I make stuff like this and I sell them, and I used to have a little spot as like a vendor in a shop here on base. So all the things that I would make, I would always like stamp them because, you know, I made them. So that is what I'm gonna do with this one, or with these. I'm planning on keeping one of these, but I'm still gonna stamp them just in case I want to sell it, you know, along the way. So I think I'm gonna put it like this, right here. That is so cute. Here is the little riser with the little legs. I didn't stain this one, I left it like this. I just sanded it down and then I added a clear coat because I really liked how all like this looked. I love it. So I'm going to do the same thing to the back of it, and I'm going to add my stamp. This one's still drying a little bit, so I'm just gonna let it rest, but this looks really, really cute, you guys. Now we're gonna get into the vase or hurricane glass DIY. This is very simple, so anyone can do it, and if you probably already have these things in your house anyway. So I'm just gonna clean off the glass with my glass cleaner, make sure there's no fingerprints or smudges inside. I washed these vases prior to this video, but I did get like a lot of fingerprints on them, so I'm just gonna wipe them down, and then I'm going to use some coffee, instant coffee. You can use any brand. You can even go to Dollar Tree or Dollar General and buy like the super cheap one, because we're going to use this inside the vase anyway. So that is what I'm using. You can also use coffee beans. I think that this would look even prettier with coffee beans. And then you can look for candles like this, or like specifically candles that are inside a vase already, because if you use a votive just like the wax itself, it's going to melt in with your coffee and it's going to create like a really big mess. So I suggest you find a candle that has a vessel already, something without a label. Mine had a label, so if you put enough coffee all around, you won't see the label. And then I'm just gonna go all around the vase, just like moving it around so that I can get even portions of the coffee. I put the lid back on the candle because I didn't want any of the coffee to get inside of the candle. So that's a little tip. If you do the same thing as I do, then leave the lid on so that way none of the coffee gets inside of your candle. And I used a really long wooden spoon to move the coffee all around.
Away with me, to run away with me.
Now we're going to get to the fun part of this DIY, which is styling. I decided to put my little cutting board that I made as well as one of the vases in my laundry room. I love it. It looks very cozy, but I'm going to start off by cleaning off any dust on my washing machine and my dryer. You guys, these washing machines and dryers are very, very humble little washers and dryers, but I am very grateful to have them. They have a bunch of scratches and dings, but I don't care. These are do not belong to us, but even though they don't belong to us, I'm very grateful that we have something like this in our home that is provided for us. So I, even though they're old, I'm going to make the most of it and love what we have and decorate it. Now that is left is to light my candle. I used a candlestick because I realized that if I took my candle out of the hurricane, the coffee ground was going to get at the bottom of the vase. So now we're going to move on to the living room, and I'm using that tray that I showed you guys in the beginning of the video, and I'm adding a lamb's ear wreath. This is one of my favorite little, I guess, decor tricks to do is to add a wreath around a riser and put a candle in the middle. I think it gives it a very beautiful look and it's very farmhouse. It also puts everything together, like nestles everything together, and I just love it. I loved how these simple DIYs turned out, from the cutting board to the hurricane bases with the candle and coffee inside. You don't have to put coffee grounds or coffee beans. You can always try sand. I've even seen people add peanuts. I love that I use coffee. I love coffee. I love the smell of coffee. And I just used what I had on hand, which was the instant coffee. I wasn't going to use that. I really didn't like the taste of it. So I decided to put it inside my glass hurricanes, and it looks so beautiful. And when the candle warms up inside the vase, the coffee grounds around it, or the coffee, like instant coffee, warms up a little bit and it smells like vanilla coffee, because my candles are vanilla and the coffee inside, it's just, I love it so much, so much. So I really hope that you guys give this DIY a try. Let me know in the comments if you do, and if you enjoyed this video. I know that it was a short one. I hope that you enjoyed it. Other than that, I'm so thankful that you guys are here. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing, and I will see you guys on my next video, God willing. Bye guys.